I just talked with the Fargo Streets Department. They said they are going to be sending their morning crews out to plow through some of those areas. And this year they told me that they do have about 4,300 bras that are up on the building. It will be up all week. You can come down, try and count them yourself. 2 to 3 inches doesn't seem like much, but it's all adding up. Now all of these homes look like lakefront property. Now later tonight at 10, we'll be giving you an update of just how much they have raised so far out of that $175,000 that they are trying to reach for. But until then, come on out here, look, sit in, touch all these vehicles. All it takes is just a few bags, and you'll see it return to you in your taxes next year. But it's also thanks to the Fargo Streets Department with their anti-icing they did earlier this week that put that contact between the snow and the roads that has been helping.
Hi, donuts?
You know, instead of just relying on everybody doing it out of the goodness of their heart, we try to entice them a little bit with them donuts, you know.
Today in a small trailer is a group of people with big hearts.
My husband had told of how he went on a disturbance call, and in the cupboard for the kids, all they had was a bag of rice. Since then, every time I teach, we have a food drive of some type.
And with each drop-off, there was a treat being handed out.
While we're taking and collecting food, why not give food?
As the day started, few donations were brought out, but taking a look inside the pantry where it will be donated, any amount is welcome.
So right now the food drives are starting to pick up, which really helps a lot.
Because these shelves feed 125 families each month.
Last week when I was here, these shelves were empty, but there was a food drive that came in yesterday. And so, I mean, just look what the one food drive will do.
A generous gift back to the community.
Stop by for some donuts!
Made even sweeter with a bag of mini donuts.
They're plain, so if you want any sugar or cinnamon sugar.
I mean, a little bit of effort and a little bit of expense goes a long ways.
Best day ever.
Kristi Larson.
Well, thank you.
Valley News Live.
Free donuts?
Some of the best auctioneers in the world are here today. It's a lot of ingredients that goes into the successful auctioneer.
An auctioneer competition is loud and fast. Today, around 30 competed to be named the best auctioneer with a set of high standards.
Voice and chant, salesmanship, you were judged on bid-catching ability, and one of the main ones, would you hire this auctioneer?
You got to be fast because these auctioneers are fast, so you better, jump in and if you want to buy.
Naturally, I thought I should give it a try, see how well I'd do at being an auctioneer.
Betty bought her butt some butter, but she said this butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter.
Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter is bitter. If I put this butter in my batter, then my batter will be bitter.
That's pretty close. That's close enough. We'll give you an 8 out of 10.
I'll have to work on that later. But fun aside, this profession isn't just about talking fast and the sales they make.
It's a wonderful profession. It's a people profession. We solve people's problems. They maybe they have land for sale or cattle for sale, and we turn those cattle or that land or those cars or whatever into cash.
Kristi Larson.
So does Betty bought a bit of better butter. Say that 10 times fast.
Valley News Live.
You take that side, Ellie. We've won on pull tabs in South Dakota. We won, 500 there? And then we've won 5,000 in Montana. I've won in Minnesota. I've won before here.
John and Eleanor love playing scratch-offs and even hit some luck today.
Yeah, I got a wallet, $20.
But for others, this is how an addiction can form.
It's an outlet. It's something you enjoy. They might call it a hobby. But addiction is that you have to do it. And then in turn, addiction reaches a point where it starts affecting relationships, family, financial loss.
That's why some people fear if scratch-offs become allowed online by the Minnesota Lottery, it will make it harder for those with a problem.
I think it would be a lot harder for them to say no if they're sitting at their computer and it's just easy to click, click, click and keep going.
It becomes easier for them, it becomes more addictive, and so they'll end up having more debt and more gambling issues that they must deal with.
Some people told me they are not going to do it online. They would rather see where their cash is going and in return have a ticket in their hand.
It's too easily to be manipulated in other ways. This is printed on a hard card, and what's there is what's there.
For me, I think the fun of it would be actually doing it physically and not sitting at a computer doing it.
But no matter where you sit, To play the game, you have to be okay with winning or losing.
You pocket what you win, and if you don't win, you don't win.
Kristi Larson, Valley News Live. An update to a story we brought to you last night about the community pitching in to save a Moorhead family from their home being foreclosed. Well, after having a nice run at home, the Twins now play a 3-game series in Cleveland, and that's the start of their 5-game road trip. Yesterday was the final day for golfers in the 49th KX Amateur Tournament. After 2 full days, this year another playoff was required for first place.